You got fired from your job because you exercised your freedom of speech, your amendment right to freedom of speech. At least you weren't unalived for it. Checkmate.
Oh, they're pissed. They are pissed. This whole Charlie Kirk thing might actually have sparked some crazy shit. Cause watch this.
Fired from my fucking job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my fucking job. I was just fired from my fucking job. Now I have nothing but this. I have nothing but this website. I have nothing anymore. I have nothing. I have nothing.
Yeah, we know. What you saw right there was a liberal who got fired because they ran their mouth and mocking Charlie Kirk online. You know who else lost their jobs because of it? These people. Office Depot manager, fired. Teachers and professors nationwide, fired. Acadian ambulance employee, fired. Board teachers and firefighters all over the country, fired. Even a Marine, fired. Ole Miss and social workers all across the country, fired. Restaurant workers, fired. Social workers,
am no longer employed at Microsoft.
Fired. Gas station employees, fired. Warehouse workers, fired. Production supervisors, fired. Even news anchormen, fired. We begged you liberals to keep your mouths shut and to not mock Charlie Kirk's death. We warned you that we were done. We warned you. Action, meet consequence.
All right, we got some breaking news just coming in that a healthcare worker out of Virginia, an anesthesiologist, was just fired from the hospital for making social media posts supporting the death of Charlie Kirk. This anesthesiologist, based out of Riverside, Walter Reed Hospital, has been put on administrative leave effective immediately, says the administration over at Riverside. That this type of violence and supporting this violence is not what we do over here. And we would expect from our healthcare workers to be more mindful than that as we treat every one of our patients equally and fairly, no matter which political side of the spectrum that they're on. North American partners have come out and confirmed that this employee's contract has been terminated effective immediately.
This guy, his name happens to be Charlie as well. He got fired from the Panthers. Like, imagine getting your dream job working for an NFL team. He was a PR intern and then he was promoted to football communications coordinator. This is your dream job, my boy. And then he posted on his Instagram, "Why are y'all sad? Your man said it was worth it," along with a screenshot of the song Protect Your Neck. You will never be hired by a football or NFL organization ever again in your life.
Secret Service agent Anthony Poe is in hot water. We got a new report saying that he's posting some nasty stuff about Charlie Kirk. And Susan Crabtree, the Secret Service whisperer who gets all the inside scoop, is saying they're looking into him. He posted this. This is a current Secret Service agent in a Facebook post saying that Charlie Kirk deserved what he got. Secret Service agent. Now, we've got congresspeople who are looking into this, including Senator Marsha Blackburn, who says it's time to fire this dude immediately. And everybody else in any position of government, or really anywhere, who is a murderous thug salivates over dead fathers, they can face the same termination consequences.
So y'all got me fired from my job.
But you're fired! Get out! You're fired!
So I've lost my job.
You're fired! Get out! You're fired!
Fired from my fucking job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my fucking job.
You're fired! Get out! You're fired!
So I was just fired from my job.
You're fired! Get out! You're fired! You're fired! Get out! You're fired!
Another one bites the dust. The cancellation of Democrats in progress.
You're fired! Get out! You're fired!
Meet Haley Curdell, a 911 dispatcher from Nashville, Tennessee.
You're fired! Get out! You're fired! You're fired! Get out! You're fired!
I want y'all to know that we're coming for y'all. Over 650 people have been fired because they've lost their minds. They're wicked. They're evil. They've lost their minds. They've lost every bit of sense they got. to celebrate people's deaths. So not only are you losing voters, but you're losing your jobs.
So we came in for an order earlier to print a poster for a vigil tonight.
Yes.
For somebody that passed. It's not
It's propaganda. I'm sorry. We don't put that here.
Alrighty. So, what's your name?
Pharaoh. I'm print supervisor.
I'm one of the managers.
Yes.
So, unfortunately, we
So
cannot
they
print-
say they don't print
we don't
political
print-
propaganda.
No.
So this is somebody that passed away a couple years
That's
ago from a
political
bullet.
propaganda, unfortunately. I'm
So
sorry.
this is for a prayer tonight, for a prayer vigil?
It's still propaganda, unfortunately.
I printed
What
other
makes it
things.
propaganda?
Because he's a political figure, and I don't have to. Yeah.
My general manager is going to be in on Monday. If you
No,
want to
it's
speak
totally
further
okay.
on
No,
the
we have-
subject,
we have
you
lots-
would
we have
like to, you're
orders.
welcome to.
In this particular instance, I believe this was Office Depot or something like that. Home Depot, not Home Depot, but Office Depot or Office Max, one of those type of places. A statement was basically released to show that these women were fired, both of them, because it was two. It was multiple different people that, in this interaction, they decided that they didn't want to actually print what somebody had sent to print. Now, obviously, we know about Charlie Kirk's passing, and so we are aware of the fact that, it's for whatever reason, and I'm not sure why. I didn't even know that Charlie Kirk was this impactful as far as bothering the souls of people that he was holding accountable, and they didn't have to come up and debate him, and they didn't have to have a conversation with him, and they could have just went to class or did whatever it is that they wanted to do. But people would engage with him, and then, it would go viral on the internet and so on and so forth. But for whatever reason, it has caused this stir where people have revealed their true selves on social media and or at work. And so they decided that in this instance that they weren't going to print his prayer vigil, apparently for Charlie Kirk. And even though he tried to explain to him that it wasn't propaganda, it was a flyer for a prayer vigil, these liberal, the jokes write themselves, looking women and people at this particular location decided that they didn't want to do their jobs. Now, I'll get into it because I have another video that I want to present to you guys a little later in this conversation, but why wouldn't you want to do your job, and why are you letting your emotions...
Statement from Office Depot. We are deeply concerned by the incident that occurred at store 3382 in Portage, Michigan. The behavior displayed by our associate is completely unacceptable and insensitive, violates our company policies, and does not reflect the values we uphold at Office Depot.
Freedom of speech isn't freedom of consequences, as y'all like to say. Because coming on social media and clapping and celebrating for an assassination that happened to an American on U.S. soil in broad daylight at a university is insane. I know that y'all like to do this funny thing where you come on social media like, oh, my liberal friends are gonna love this. It's gonna be so funny. We're all gonna dance together because they're just gonna get it. That doesn't work like that when we're talking about an assassination.
Hey, so I live in the Deep South. I am a blue dot in a sea of red. And I just want to tell you that in the past 48 hours, the people who live in my town have made it their sole mission in life to find people that refuse to call Charlie Kirk a martyr. And they want them to be fired from their jobs. And these people aren't even celebrating his death. They are literally saying that the way that he died was wrong, but that they don't agree with who he was as a person and that he was a bad person. And these people are like taking their comments, posting them on the local Facebook group and tagging their employers until there is enough outrage that that person gets fired. So y'all shouldn't actually say that you're okay with free speech unless you actually are, and clearly you're not. And I guess you've never listened to Charlie Kirk, because if you think that people saying they don't like him is hate speech, you've never actually listened to the things that Charlie Kirk made his living off of saying.
Yeah, actually, I'm very serious. If I knew Charlie Kirk, which I did, not personally, but I followed him and listened to him all the time because I appreciated the fact that he stayed objective. Okay, he didn't put a lot of emotion into his opinions. He really didn't. He really stayed firm in what he believed, and he lived on principle. And that's what freedom of speech is. It's a principle. It's a living, breathing principle, but it's a principle nonetheless. So yes, I'm not comparing it, and you can, It's your choice. It's how you want to live. But if it was somebody else and Charlie Kirk had a chance to communicate about this, about somebody else, he would say the same thing. You don't get to compare apples with apples. It's oranges and oranges. It's freedom of speech is freedom of speech. There isn't like some middle ground where all of a sudden freedom of speech can't be freedom of speech anymore. There's nothing in the Constitution or the Bill of Rights that state freedom of speech can only be freedom of speech if. So people need to stop doing that, because people have the right to be assholes. People have the right to speak their mind, whether it's assholery or not. So, getting off my soapbox. Have a good day.
This is such bullshit. I've never been so pissed in my whole life. I just murdered Charlie Kirk right here in Utah. I'm so freaking pissed right now. This is bullshit. I just saw blood squirting out of his neck. I love that guy. He would have been our next president. I am so pissed right now. Why do they always come with fucking violence? Gosh damn it. Use your freaking words as they're talking to you people. Who shot Charlie Kirk? I'm driving down a Provo right now. I'm so pissed. Damn it.
This shit might have actually sparked something. I read a comment yesterday that said this might be a modern JFK. And I'm like, hey, I don't know if it's gonna go that far, but god damn it, maybe. And he's not the only one. I saw a couple of videos like this. And in every single one of them, they said we're gonna go get them. That means they're not just going for this one guy that did it, which is probably a Republican, by the way. They're gonna come for every liberal, leftist, progressive. That's what they means to me. A group of people is what they mean. They're not going by the gender thing. They're talking about a group of people. They've been dancing around the word civil war for years. Maybe because of this, now they're not playing. What do y'all think of this? Comment below, let me know. And I'll see you in the comment section.
Hey, since a bunch of y'all are getting fired now, I figured y'all had time to listen to me. How's that unemployment line looking? Because just like y'all said, actions have consequences, and y'all are slowly finding out that actions have consequences. Kinda ironic, right? That y'all want to sit on this app and laugh and cheer like the shit is fucking funny. Tell me how funny it is when you're not getting a fucking paycheck and you're now struggling to find fucking work. Because your face is plastered all over the fucking internet because you said, oh, great, yay, Charlie Kirk is dead, ha 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 ha. Not fucking funny anymore, is it? And I bet the next time before you open your phone, you're actually going to use your brain and use a thought process, not to post any fucking bullshit, because it's going to come back and haunt you. So keep going, keep laughing. You're only going to be the next target for your fucking work to say, we don't need that bullshit here. And if you think you're safe because you deleted the video, somebody's probably already saved that shit. Because just like another creator that came on this app and posted a video where he was like, W's in the chat, Charlie just got shot. Yeah, he's not feeling very good now either, because he's getting a lot of unwanted attention that he fully fucking deserves. And I said it before, I'll say it again. If you let words affect you this much that you think you need to go take somebody's life out, you need to be on a fucking watch list. And instead of calling somebody a Nazi, why don't you open up your mind and open up your ears and just accept the fact that you're too sensitive for anything anybody says anymore? And to all the people that opened their mind up and actually realized what the fuck was actually going on and what side was actually fucking crazy, welcome. We welcome you with open arms, because we don't fucking condone that dumb shit over here.
Tips on how to not get fired. Number 1, show up and show up on time. Number 2, don't call in sick. Number 3, do your job and do it well. Number 4, don't be a pain in your boss's ass. And number 5, Don't celebrate somebody's death and then post it all over the internet. I mean, come on. There is something wrong with you people. There is something seriously wrong with you people. You are not okay. There's something wrong up here and here. There is something wrong with you people. Get help. Get it fast. Follow me for more life advice. Mwah.
Just to give a little update for people who saw the video of the vile things that people were talking about, and I had put a compilation of it together. People wanted to see these people fired. On X, there's a massive coordinated effort going on right now. You wouldn't believe. I tried to post 30 screenshots of proof of people being fired from their jobs. You wouldn't believe the amount of teachers. You would, but there was a lot of teachers, a lot of healthcare workers. So there are firings happening. However, when I try to post that video, TikTok immediately flagged it for community guideline violation, whatever. So normally I'm on the side of let's not dox, let's not try to get people fired for their views. That being said, these are the people who said that Charlie deserved to be murdered because actions have consequences.
Fortunately, right-wing commentator Charlie Kirk has passed away. He was shot in the neck today at one of his college events, and I see a lot of people on the left celebrating his death. And before this, I was a conservative. I was a Republican. And what I mean by that is I was an independent who sometimes agreed with the right. I thought y'all were crazy, the left is crazy, I'm not really about that, but I would vote both ways. Going forward after today and seeing how liberals and leftists and Democrats are acting towards this, I am never voting Democrat again. Ever again. For the rest of my life, I will always vote Republican. I don't care. I grew up without a father. Charlie Kirk has 2 innocent children who will not remember him or have very vague memories of him. As somebody without a father, I can tell you for the rest of my life there will always be a hole in my heart the shape of my father. Now, my father left voluntarily. Charlie Kirk didn't. And those children will never get to meet their father. His daughter doesn't have a father to walk her down the aisle. And I can tell you right here, right now, that shit's not fun. I've had to sit here and think, who's gonna walk me down the aisle when I was 10? My mother's the answer, obviously, but still, it's not a fun question you have to ask. And honestly, sorry, that was my alarm to take my medication, but I seriously have no other words for the left other than what the fuck is wrong with you? Literally, AOC could die tomorrow, and y'all know how much I don't like that woman. And I would still be upset for her family and conduct myself in a respectful manner, because I'm not an evil bitch. That's what you are. You are evil bitches. I'm sorry, but it's true. And I vow today, I will never vote for another fucking Democrat again. Fuck that. And I know I'm not the only Republican who feels this way.
Something utterly amazing is happening. There is an extraordinary social media trend happening right now as we speak. Social media has exploded with viral videos of lifelong Democrats publicly renouncing their party. Not switching sides, that misses the point. They are literally divorcing themselves from ever coming near the Democrat Party again. This is astonishing stuff. All of these videos, maybe you've seen some of them, they all have the same pattern. They're all saying very much the same thing. They were utterly shocked to their core at how demonic and barbaric the modern political left has become. The glee, the celebrations, the euphoria that leftists splattered across social media, it didn't just shock conservatives, it shocked fellow Democrats. And we're talking to the core. The videos indicate that they had no idea that their leftist ilk had become this way. And so they're publicly renouncing their party, literally by the tens of thousands. To coin the great Brandon Strauch, this turning point is the great walking away. What we're witnessing with these videos isn't just individual consciences being shocked to the core. It's a mass awakening. The hashtag walk away, it's exploded across platforms in the last 72 hours with Democrats sharing their breaking points. One registered Democrat who's since left the party put it bluntly. She just saw the lack of empathy is utterly disgusting. And she realized, I kid you not, she realized we are the worst. We Democrats we're the baddies, as they say, right? She realized that, and God bless her, she's renounced the party publicly. She, like tens of thousands of others over the last 72 hours, will never vote Democrat again. And to me, that's the key. Here's what makes this different from typical political defections. These aren't policy disagreements. These are moral revulsions. These aren't policy disagreements. These are moral revulsions. Video after video shows Democrats expressing genuine disgust at their party's reaction to a father of two being murdered in front of thousands of people. Even the last person to debate Charlie Kirk, who's a hardcore leftist, but even he in an interview just the other
Just like I said, Charlie Kirk's death is not going down in vain. More Democrats are coming out and taking a stance against their own party and how disgusting they're acting during this act of violence.
As a registered Democrat, all I have to say is the Charlie Kirk shooting just proves that we are the worst, man. My party is the fucking worst. I got people celebrating, hoping that he dies. Are we fucking for real right now? Where's the empathy? Where's the respect, man? It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Truly. And the fact of the matter is this, he was a father, and whether or not I agree with his political opinions, all he truly wanted to do at the core was see this country be the best. And I can fucking respect that. And to see people just be blatantly disgusting, man, we're the worst, man. We're horrible.
You liberals, you can't understand why your party numbers keep tanking. The fact that you're posting videos celebrating the death of a man that wasn't even a politician. He wasn't even a lawmaker. His words were not really impacting the American law. All he did was go out and advocate for what he believed in. Isn't that what you guys are practicing? That's why you guys go out in the streets and you protest, you burn down your cities, vandalize buildings, all in the name for standing up for what you believe in. And this man was murdered because he stood up for what he believed in, and you're celebrating that. Celebrating because he has opposing ideas to what you believe. Screaming that President Trump is the dictator while displaying that your actions and your behavior towards Charlie Kirk's death is truly revealing who are the dictators. I called it. Even though it's unfortunate that we had to lose someone like Charlie Kirk, this was going to be the catalyst for more people waking up.
So breaking fucking news, Charlie Kirk got shot in the fucking neck. That was the last bastion. I can't be a liberal no fucking more. You see the fucking comments? I hope the gun is okay. The same fucking people asking for moral decency. I cannot in good faith align myself with you guys anymore. I once had a headache. You'll be all right. Because you don't agree with him politically? Okay. Whatever happens next, in retaliation, whoever did that shit, I hope they throw the whole fucking book at you. The whole fucking book at you. Why I did not agree with his views. When you put violence in the fucking middle of the equation, all this shit goes out the window. Everything that you stand for goes out the fucking window. Who's next? Candace Owens? Take that shit. And have a gut feeling more and more people are going to wake up and realize that aligning with the Liberal Party means you're the domestic terrorist of America. To that young man, I applaud you for standing up and no longer tolerating this bullshit of the loony liberals. You're absolutely right. They're lunatics, they're psychos, and they've just proven that they will take you out because you do not preach the same words as them. So as they accuse President Trump of dictatorship, Republicans for being the communistic Nazi party, all we see is the lunatic liberals are going after anyone and everyone that's just simply practicing their freedom of speech. If everything else wasn't, this is the final nail in the coffin for the liberals. It's just been reported that Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck at a Utah event that he was hosting. A witness came on and described the fact that he was standing 20 yards away from Charlie Kirk, and Charlie Kirk was actually talking about mass shooting, and a deranged old man that was screaming about his rights proceeded to then shoot Charlie Kirk in the neck. There's no further details and update on how Charlie Kirk is doing, but if you believe in prayer, please pray for Charlie Kirk. They did arrest the suspect that caused the shoot, but this and everything else you've done, the attempted assassination multiple times on president, no matter what you guys get paid to say,
You're never going to convince me that the Democrats are not the demons in this world. You guys incite violence constantly. And the sheer fact that Charlie Kirk is practicing his freedom of speech that you guys go out in the streets and protest about, you decide to shoot him because you can't handle the words that Charlie Kirk is saying. Yeah, no matter what, I don't care how many times you guys are going to pay your little parrots on the internet to talk about how Democrats are the righteous ones. You guys continue to prove that you're the violent, demonic people of the world that is all about dictatorship and control.
I've never been so disgusted with the response and hypocrisy of a political party that I was proudly affiliated with 2 years ago than I was yesterday. I'm angry. I'm heartbroken. I'd say I'm speechless because this is going to be a really long video. Like many, I saw the video yesterday. I saw a man get shot in the neck in front of his wife and kids. I watched him bleed out. When I tell you I've been so sick to my stomach for the last 24 hours, and I'm gonna be really honest with you. The shooting of Charlie Kirk, the murder of, because it was a murder, what occurred, we witnessed a murder. While the death of Charlie Kirk was disgusting and tragic, what really gets me is the comment section on every single one of his posts, or the posts about the death. I never in my life, keep in mind, I was a die-hard liberal for my entire teenage years. And the reason I was a die-hard liberal was because I had a heart, and I was very naive to everything that was being shoved down my throat in the media. And I was really good at debating, and I could not find a single Republican, a single Trump supporter who was able to debate me and actually come with backed up evidence until I met my ex. I was so proud to be a liberal because I thought that I was a part of the party of peace. I thought I was a part of the party of love, the party of sympathy, of empathy, the party who looked at atrocities that happened in the world and wanted to actually change them, who cared about human life. I have never been so disappointed. It feels like such a disappointment from like a distant family. I'm not even bullshitting about this. You can scroll down on my TikTok. I'm sure the videos are there. You can't be the party of peace and love if you celebrate the death of a father and a husband who preached peaceful conversation. You can't claim to be the party that cares about human life if you celebrate the death of a life that had a different opinion than you. Be the party of empathy if instead of acknowledging a tragedy, you try to diminish it by bringing up an unrelated one. The worst part is that you guys are so consumed by your hatred, you won't even acknowledge the hypocrisy of it. It's pissing me off how every other post is like, regardless of your political opinions, like, you should condemn this. Like, no shit. Why are we like sugarcoating and like paving this path for humans to be human? Like, what do you mean you have to sit there and type, well, regardless of your political opinion? Like, yeah, no shit, regardless of your political opinion. Are you fucking kidding me? I feel like we're fucking toddlering adults right now. We're gentle parenting fucking grown adults into how to be humans. This was a father. He was a husband. He was a man of God. I don't care if you thought he was a horrible human being. Under what standards? Under what merit? Law-abiding citizen, preached family, preached God, preached freedom of speech, not only preached it, but practiced it so much to the extent that he went to campuses that knew would hate him and gave them a platform to speak their voice so that he could hear their opinions and then have a civilized conversation with them. That's what America's about. That's what we were founded upon. A safe space where people of different ethnic groups and different opinions can come together in a shared collective, I don't know, political bubble and spew their opinions, because that's what everything should. And the fact that I'm seeing comments now, it's like, oh well, he died how he wanted to die. You guys are fucking disgusting. You guys are fucking disgusting. And you know what? If Charlie Kirk had survived that, I have no doubt in my mind that the first thing that he would have done the second he had gotten out of the hospital was reaffirm his belief in the Second Amendment. I have no doubt in my mind that that's what would have happened. Because the problem isn't guns. The problem is hatred. The problem is that we've babied these idiotic fucking opinions where we've gotten to a point where everyone's just like, well, I mean, if you slightly offend me, like if I just like slightly disagree with what you say, like you're not allowed to say that because like it offends me. And you have these grown adults backing these man children, these mentally unhealthy, deranged human beings, and you're giving them this ammo because it's like, oh yeah, see, I can't be right if all of these people agree with me. I think they're so in the right that they can just go and play God and take the life of a human being because they're literally Hitler, like they deserve to die. They're literally Hitler. He was a fascist. Everyone who believes in him was a fascist. A fascist wouldn't let you say that, dipshit. A fascist wouldn't create a platform for you to come without harm and give your political opinion. Fascism is what's happening in the UK right now when people are literally getting arrested for Facebook posts. Fascism is what's happening in France when reporters are literally getting murdered because they're investigating anomalies that are happening with their prime minister. That is fascism. This is democracy, and you're threatening that. Hypocrisy as well that's occurring, considering that the party of peace, the party of mental health, the party that's supposed to break generational curses, preaches that we all have to go to therapy, that loves to throw around the word narcissism. Narcissist psychopath, literally doing the most narcissistic shit by bringing up Palestine and Gaza in this man's comment section, in this man's memorial post. Like, oh yeah, but like there's so many deaths happening in Gaza, but nobody cares about that. He cared about that. Funny enough, he cared about that. You don't get to do that. You don't get to take a tragedy and then bring up another tragedy in the conversation of this. That's not how conversations evolve. It's literally like healthy communication 101. This wasn't the death of a political figure, and this was like just say an argument between a man and a woman. The woman was talking to her therapist and was like, well, you know, like it really hurts me when he does. But then the man turns around to her and is like, yeah, but you do this all the time. But like, what about what you did? He only brings it up when she brings something up that he's doing. That's exactly what's happening right now. Charlie Kirk died. People care about it. People are talking about it because people do not like him, are going into his comment sections and bringing up political talking points, by the way, because at this point, that's just what it is. It's a political talking point. Try to downplay what just happened. I've literally stalked every single account. I kid you, because I'm that psychotic. I went on every single account that made a Gaza comment on one of Charlie Kirk's posts. Not once did I see a person who made a comment like that post about Gaza prior, post about Palestine prior. I don't know why, because you don't fucking care. You don't actually give a fuck. You just want to care about it now because you just hate that people actually give a shit about this man that you thought was literally the anti-Christ. Another fucking thing, the shit that's going on with this poor Ukrainian woman. Because it's, oh, we all stand with Ukraine, until it's a Ukrainian refugee who came here to America legally, beautiful blonde woman, gets stabbed by a black man, and suddenly crickets. The party who's been pro-Ukraine for the last 2 years. Are you fucking kidding me? GoFundMe page for the man who's been arrested 14 times on violent offenses was literally filmed walking out of the bus saying, I got that little white girl. Are you fucking kidding me? Party I loved so much and was so proud to be a part of 2 years ago has become into this disgusting, demonic, hypocritical, satanic cult. It's a fucking cult at this point. They're like stuck in this echo chamber. You guys are stuck in this echo chamber where it's like one person says one thing and then it's just fucking mockingjays. Think for yourself. Have a conversation with someone. Crazy of me to ask this, maybe without insult. If you truly ever want to have your own opinions, what you really need to do, and this is something I learned. I'm a nationally ranked debater, by the way. I literally was flown out to Washington, D.C. to debate in high school. If you feel so strongly on a topic, what you need to do is you actually, truly, genuinely debate the other side. Like truly debate the other. For a second, open up your biased ass, closed off brain to the idea that media might lie to you. That social media might lie to you, that the people you like are probably lying to you. Even if at the end of this, your conclusion is that, oh no, they did it. During this investigation period, do that. Please do that. Take on the persona of someone that you hate the most. And think to yourself, why would they do this? Like, what would be their reasoning? Why logically, why would they? Because you know what's really fucking interesting? I did that. And you know what ended up happening? Now I'm a Republican. Crazy, right? Not saying that would happen, with every single person. At the very least, on certain topics, you're going to get a different perspective. And even if, again, you don't agree with it, you'll at least be able to argue it better. Instead of the fallback of, oh, you're a bitch, you're a cunt, you're a fascist, you're a narcissist, you're a terrorist. You're a terrorist for wanting free speech. What we witnessed yesterday, that was terrorism. That was actual terrorism. That was domestic terrorism. If Charlie Kirk was black in the 1960s, he would have been Martin Luther King Jr. Hell, honestly, even if this assassination had happened to him a little further on in his political career, he would have been the new age RFK. He died for his freedom of speech. That's what happened. You guys are fucking disgusting. I've never been so on fire politically. I have never been so on fire for God. You thought Republicans were bad before? They were quiet before. They were respectful before. They didn't say shit to any of you. Just watch. Just watch what you guys just fucking started. God bless you.
Thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks.